Hello one and all, welcome back to Create Ball, where I know what you're thinking. Cree, I come here for story videos. What's this about koalas? Well, I wasn't quite sure what to do for this week's video, which has been happening a lot lately, but then me and Webb had a conversation about how stupid koalas are, so I decided to make a video about that. Koalas are nocturnal, but not really, because they sleep from 18 to 22 hours a day, so I don't think they're awake long enough to really qualify as nocturnal. Anyway, they sleep so much because of their diet, which consists entirely of eucalyptus leaves. These leaves, in case you didn't know, are toxic to basically every other animal. So koalas evolving to eat them is kind of like clownfish evolving to live in sea anemones. The only difference being that in the koala's case, it was an incredibly stupid idea, because eucalyptus leaves have almost no nutritional value and are incredibly difficult to digest, meaning koalas have to use all of their energy just to digest their food. So they're only awake long enough to eat some more leaves so they don't starve to death. But if you overlook all that, then you might think that eucalyptus would be a smart choice of food in Australia, considering there are about 500 to 800 species of the plant just sort of hanging out all over the place. So surely the koala couldn't have messed that up too. Well, they did. You see, if they're lucky, a koala can eat between 50 and 100 species of eucalyptus, but some koalas are so picky that they're limited to a mere 2 or 3 species. Because of this disgustingly toxic relationship they have with the eucalyptus leaves, koalas don't have the energy to do anything else. So a koala fight usually unfolds like this. The first koala gently nudges the second koala's face. In retaliation, number 2 lets out a trumpet-like scream. They take a short break. Number 1 tries biting number 2's ear, but number 2 slowly makes clawing motions in his general vicinity. Then they take a short break. Number 2 unleashes one last swipe that misses before he climbs back into his tree, safe from harm's reach. Basically what I'm trying to get at here is that koala fights are 90% screaming and sitting around and only like 10% actually fighting. They aren't very social animals either, so there will usually only be one koala per tree, unless the koalas are mating or they have a joey. And since koalas are so gosh darn energy and efficient, being kicked out of a tree is a pretty big deal. So what does a koala do if it is kicked out of a tree? It sits at the bottom of the tree and cries like a little baby for a while. They usually won't fight over territory because it's such a pathetic display, so instead they'll just ignore each other. To me, just ignoring the intruder doesn't sound like it would work for a couple of reasons. First of all, koalas aren't social animals, so why would they care if someone was ignoring them? And secondly, if you were planning on stealing something from someone, and they just ignored you while you did it, you wouldn't exactly change your mind about stealing it. And on top of everything I've said so far, koalas also have one of the smaller brain-to-body ratios of the mammals, meaning their brains are small even for their size. But while a smaller brain doesn't necessarily mean you're less intelligent, their brains are also smooth. Brains usually have folds in them to increase surface area for neurons, meaning the brain is better at processing information. If you have no idea what I just said, basically it means that koalas are incredibly stupid. So when push comes to shove, koalas are probably a product of evolution forgetting to do its job, and they probably haven't gone extinct yet because everything else just feels bad for them. Oh yeah, and fun fact, the animal with the smallest brain-to-body ratio is called the bony-eared assfish. If that's not an insult, I don't know what is. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so like, subscribe, leave me some questions in the comments for my upcoming Q&A, and until next time, don't die. I'll see you all later.